Our friends at Ethos were kind enough to send me their Max Graphene Coating. Ethos says that this is the toughest coating on the market. They say that it's supposed to last as long as 7 years, it's supposed to be very high solids, and provide really good resistance and durability. Those are some really bold claims, and I really want to find out if this lives up to them. That's why I'm so excited to put it through my full battery of tests. We're going to start by seeing if this product is easy to apply. This junkyard hood is polished with Meguiar's 205 and decontaminated for every test. We're going to shake the product up. The instructions for this product are very basic, like any other coating. We're going to apply some to the applicator to prime it. Spread it around in a crosshatch pattern. Give it 2 to 3 minutes to cure and then wipe it off. Now the product says this will turn into kind of a rainbow oil slick, and I'm definitely starting to see that. We're gonna give it right at 2-3 minutes and wipe it up. And most of it should come off on your first wipe, which is what I'm seeing here. And then you flip and you get the rest of it. Performance is subjectively rated between a positive 10 and a negative 10, where a positive 10 represents the easiest products to use in this category. A little stuck there still, a little high spotting. Maybe I should have went closer to 2 minutes. We've got to give the product a score, and one thing I noticed that I think is going to affect the score is it wanted to tiger stripe a little bit. When I really got a steep angle into it, I saw these very faint lines, exactly the pattern that I used as the hash marks. And I was able to buff them out, like with the wet side of the towel that got the first layer off. I was able to flip it and like really quickly rub over it and get them out. The solution for tiger stripes is actually pretty simple. If you do catch them while you've been applying, either try to buff them out with your towel. If they don't come off, what you do is you apply more product to the applicator, you go over them, and then they will come off. Like the solvents and everything in the coating, they'll eat up the tiger stripes, and you'll apply basically another layer of coating, and then it'll look nice. I really thought I was about to have to do that when I caught them. I think I caught them just in time that wetter side of the towel was able to get them out. So for this reason, I think I'm gonna go with like a 5 for this product. It just has that one little inconvenience. It's not multiple things going on. It's not overly tacky. It doesn't have a very aggressive flash time like seconds versus minutes. It is minutes. You do have time for a large working area. It's pretty good. With the Ethos applied, let's talk about how pretty it looks. Visual appeal is subjectively rated between a positive 10 to a negative 10. A positive 10 represents an exceptionally pretty product. A negative 10 represents a product that takes away from the polished finish. We will also average the score between this red test hood and a black panel that I'll show you in a second. As you can see, I've placed a blue marker on the red panel, and the product is on the left side of the marker. Here's an angle where the product is now on the right side of the blue marker. I think this product looks absolutely fantastic on the red. It's very deep, very easy to see. I think the camera is going to pick it up well. I sure hope it will. I would definitely give it a 10 on the red. And over here, we've got the black panel, and we can see just how insanely rich and deep the Ethos looks. This is probably one of the craziest, deepest products I've seen on this kind of black panel. I mean, it's insane how much depth that is adding. Ignore the other product. It's a different one we're testing on the other side. I've kind of covered up the name. But wow, it's insane just what a difference this makes. I'm definitely giving the black panel a 10. The red panel's already got a 10. We're at a 10 average for looks for this Ethos Max Graphene. It's really, really nice. I need just 1 second of your time to let you know that there are affiliate links down below in the description to the product and tools we're using today. Clicking through and purchasing anything at all on those websites will give me a small commission that helps run this channel. And of course, another great way to help is to click the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave me a nice comment, and click like. Slickness imparted by ceramic coatings can be a great way to reduce marring, swirls, scratches when you're washing and maintaining your vehicle. In this test, we'll measure the static coefficient of friction of this treated panel to objectively score the slickness. We're gonna start by taking 5 readings, and that's 150 grams, 120 grams, 140 grams, 150 grams again, and then for our final score, 120. So we've got a total of 680 grams. We're gonna divide that by 5 to get our average, and we see that it took 136 grams on average to get our block moving. Now we know the block weighs 1,040 grams, so we're gonna divide that by 1040, and we found out that our static coefficient of friction is 0.13. Now 0.38 is the static coefficient of friction of the untreated portion after it's polished, and we're gonna subtract 0.13 from that, giving us a 0.25 delta. Now we'll multiply that by our score factor of 30, and we got 7.5 points. That's pretty solid, not bad. We're gonna use my gloss meter to figure out if the panel has lost or gained gloss with the application of our Ethos product. We'll make sure the gloss meter is reading 104 at 20 degrees on the calibration slide, and then take 10 readings that we're gonna average out. Points will be awarded or taken away for any gain or loss in gloss up to 1/10 of a gloss unit. Looks like we got 90.8. Gloss in this context is the measured reflection of light, and with nothing applied, this panel reads 94 gloss units on average after being machine polished. 92.7 over here. Looks like we got 89.6 on that one. We got 89.2. We got 91.1. A solid 92.5 here. Ooh, 92.6 even. Got 90.3 over here. 90.6. Got 91.5 and 92.7 down here. Just for fun, I'll show you what the panel's gloss is like where we haven't done the coating. 96 there even, wow. It averages right about 94. You can see a perfect 94 there. So we've got a total of 911.1 points. We're gonna divide by 10 the average, and of course, that gives us 91.11 gloss units over our 10-point average. We're gonna subtract 94, which is kind of the baseline for this panel, and it means we lost 2.9 gloss units. We're gonna round up. Durability can be a huge factor when deciding if a product is right for you. My test is objective and repeatable. That gives us a great way to compare products. We've got the Ethos on the right here, and on the left we have a different product that we're playing with. You'll see that on a different video. So for the Ethos, I do want to point out that we let it cure for 7 days. 5 days is the requirement, but I was testing it with a product that needed 7, so it made sense on the same plate. Let's take a look at the hydrophobicity. Wow, that hydrophobicity is killer. Everything is just flying off that. This machine will scrub a terry-covered applicator in a predictable wear pattern at 30 RPM while dispensing shampoo for lubrication. The scoring, which I'll show you on your screen, is done in buckets of 0, 10, 20, 50, 100, 300, and 1,000. I'm pre-soaking the applicators with our shampoo solution, and I'm gonna squirt a bit onto the panel too to prevent a dry start. I've dialed in 10 washes into the machine, which will automatically prompt it to stop. While durability and longevity are different things, there's a clear and consistent correlation between high durability and high longevity products. Longevity may be affected by other factors such as temperature, chemical interactions, and other unique aspects of the environment. Let's take a look at our coating and see how it's doing with 10 washes. Looking at the Ethos Max, we can tell there's no degradation at 10 washes. It's looking really good. I'm gonna bump this up to 20 so that we do 10 more washes. Let's let her rip. We're at 20 washes. Let's see how our product is doing. I'm seeing no real dent 20 in. It's exactly what we want to see. Bumping things up to 50 total washes. "50 washes in. Is the coating still working?" I think 50 in, there's still hardly any trace, really no trace of any sort of degradation. Going to 100 washes. A 100 washes in, do you guys think it still works? Now we're gonna be bumping things up to 300 total washes. We are a massive 300 washes in. That's incredible. There's not even a shred of evidence that this stuff is failing yet. 300 in, really, really good stuff. We're gonna be going a massive 1,000 washes. This is gonna be the last stop, the ultimate test. Let's find out if today's product is able to meet that 1,000 gold standard. Incredible. There is no wear pattern at all. 1,000 washes is absolutely amazing. With the testing of the Max Graphene Coating from Ethos complete, let's talk about what I liked, what could be improved, and whether or not I'd recommend this product. We're going to start off with ease of application, and this one's interesting because it's obviously something that's a little more advanced. It's not, I would say, the most beginner-friendly coating, and Ethos acknowledges as much in their material. What I'd say is it's something a beginner could probably do, but you would really have to pay attention to make sure you're not waiting too long as it's flashing, and you're not leaving behind any high spots. And if you do, you have to knock those down. Otherwise, if you let them sit overnight or for some period of days, you will likely have to machine polish them off again rather than just be able to wipe them up or put some more coating on and wipe them away. And when it comes to looks, I think this is a beautiful product. It looked amazing on the black, so rich, so dark. It just looked absolutely insane. And then on the red, I think it looked amazing too. It was really deep, really wet, really like visually glossy. And you may now wonder, well, we scored a little low, like we lost a few points in the gloss meter testing. So how am I saying it's glossy? Well, I really want to point out that what your brain interprets as shiny and glossy is different than what is reflected light. So you don't want a product that loses a lot of reflected light, which is what we're testing with a gloss meter, because if you lose 5, 10 gloss units, it starts to become a little noticeable, especially as you move closer to 10 and beyond. It'll really reduce the amount of reflected light and look a little duller. And another way to think about visual gloss versus measured gloss is a mirror would score incredibly high on this measured gloss test. But most people don't look at a mirror and say, oh, that's a glossy mirror. It's a reflective mirror. As far as the slickness, that static coefficient of friction, I think this product is kind of on the upper middle overall types of products. As far as coatings, it is a little higher up. Coatings, in my experience, just don't score as well in slickness testing. It's not always true, but I kind of noticed a pattern that certain polymer liquid sealants and some spray sealants can score higher than coatings. It may just be a difference in the type of polymers being used. Really, guys, the 7.5 is still plenty slick. It's gonna provide good protection when you're washing your vehicle, and the hydrophobicity we saw is also gonna set things like way apart from a lot of other products. This thing is incredibly hydrophobic. Moving on to UV protection, I've mentioned this in the last few videos. I'm not gonna show the UVA testing anymore. I still perform it. It's just, I don't think it's very interesting. Everybody's skipping past it. We never really find anything that works. Unfortunately, didn't see any protection in this either, same as I don't in every other product. Again, maybe there's something really tiny that's there, but it's beyond my ability to measure. Now, you might be thinking I forgot about it, but I definitely didn't. Durability, that's the big thing. The product claims to be the toughest coating on the market, and boy, did it nail that 1,000 washes. The performance was absolutely astounding. This thing is as tough as they say. I don't know if it's really the toughest in the world or in the market or whatever it is that they're saying, but man, is it tougher than anything else I've tested thus far. To be honest, I was curious. I did crank the machine up and I went for another 2,000 washes more over the 1,000, so 3,000 total washes, and I barely started to see a faint wear line in it. That's absolutely amazing. I've had a few people ask like, hey, why is it in the new testing the 1,000 is the cap? And the reason is threefold. The first is that I really just don't think it matters to go over 1,000. The reality is you're gonna start scuffing and scratching your car as you wash it in the first couple of years. Less if the car has very soft paint. My Corvette, I've had that just over a year. It's already got swirls on it. Thankfully, Houston weather's been great, so I have been driving it a lot. I put, I don't know, 3, almost maybe 4,000 miles on it. It's actually more than I think I put on my other cars. So I do drive it a lot. I just don't drive it in bad weather. So I don't wash it all the time. I've washed it, you know, probably not even a dozen times. And these are obviously very gentle washes, and I'm still not able to beat the durability of the coating. The scratches are gonna pile up faster than the coating will fail. Now, you might be one of the people that doesn't really care. You want the correction done one time, then you want a really durable coating, and then basically you'll just ride it out till you sell the car. And that's cool. There's definitely people out there that subscribe to that logic. So that's why I don't really see the point in going over 1,000 for that reason. The other is, of course, time. I did 3,000 today. I still barely scratched the surface of the performance of the sucker. And like, am I gonna go to 10,000, 15,000? I don't know. What will it go to? Who knows? And at some point, it's just, you know, you get bored and it's like, what are we doing? Like, it's basically semi-permanent. And lastly, the final reason that I like the cap on it is because it caps the points. So in the past, when we had no cap, the issue was that it would just run away. So the products that could do really, really high numbers, they just blew everybody away in the scoring. So overall, would I recommend the product? Yeah, I think everything turned out great. We didn't see a lot of gloss loss, easy to install, insane monster on the durability side. good slickness, not amazing, but good. I suppose if I wanted to be nitpicky and kind of find a flaw, there is one that I did find. So the QR code here goes to the wrong product. When you scan it, it takes you to the matrix coating, which isn't the same thing. I think somebody just goofed up on the QR code. So if you guys are watching it from Ethos, you got to change the label. But amazing product, highly recommend it. This is definitely an absolute monster. From a durability perspective, you're gonna love this if you have it installed, or if you do it yourself, just watch out for that little bit of tiger striping and don't let it dwell too long on the surface. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you know when new videos come out. And if you're interested in this product and you want to chat about it, I'd love to talk to you down below in the comments. Let me know, are you interested in installing this yourself? Do you think this is more of something a professional should install? Tell me what you think.